should we do a new segment here? Listen up, jerks.
Uh-oh.
We got to give a little promo to friend of the show, Ben Gilbert, who has a new podcast out.
Does?
He does. Do you want to know what it's called?
We Talk with Ben Gilbert?
No. Close, though. They thought of a better name than that. It's called I Smoke New York.
Oh, I like Weed Talk.
That's dumb. Like I love New York, but I smoke New York.
Oh.
New Yorkers. It's for New Yorkers mostly, but it's with Ben is one of the co-hosts. There's 4 people.
Because if we got together,
no weed
talk.
No more weed puns. The one thing that they didn't want to do was really make it too punny or too lame. Anyway, it's
still a pun. I Smoke New York is still a pun.
That's not a pun. Well, it's not a pun.
No, it had to be explained to me, so it wasn't a pun.
It's a play. It's a play on a promotion for New York tourism.
I don't know.
I think I need to see a logo.
I love New York. You don't know that one? I love New York.
I know the T-shirts.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So their logo is like
there was a song that accompanied the T-shirts
in the 80s.
There is a song. Yeah.
It's We Love New York. They changed it. Anyway, you want to hear
inclusive now?
You want to hear a clip from it? I have prepared a clip. This is Ben.
Can't wait.
I'm going to set it up. This is Ben talking to the other founders of the New York Growers Cup, which is his event that's coming up this Friday in Brooklyn. You can go to the New York Growers Cup on Instagram if you want to get tickets. And they're telling how they met Ben, and basically they didn't know Ben from a hole in the wall. And anyway, you just listen.
Like I don't know. My background's not in weed. Like I wasn't a weed grower.
Right.
I was in like corporate media. Basically.
These are all growers that he's talking to.
Guys. Like it's just lucky.
That's just
you
crazy.
smoked weed though.
You smoked a lot of weed
forever. Yes.
Yeah, that was one of the things. No, I actually and I remember one of the things that Matt actually said is like when we were talking about you before we did like the thing. Is he was like, no, I smoked weed with him and he didn't get weird. So we all were like, oh, well, it's probably like that's give him full ownership of this.
It's usually a telltale sign, right? If you can like smoke with someone and they still like.
It's the silliest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But it's like really,
you're like honest.
That everybody, you have that baseline where you're like, oh, you actually care about weed and smoke a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
okay. Like,
yeah, it was funny.
I could smell that podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a video podcast basically. You know,
they still smell it.
Yeah, you could if you watched it, you would really be able to smell it because they're all sitting at a table together. It's primarily, I think they're making it into a video podcast, but I help them with the audio aspect of it. So you should check it out. It's called I Smoke New York. You can get it in your normal podcast places and on YouTube. Congratulations, Ben. I listened to the whole episode like 4 times, so I can actually tell you that it's good.
That's more promotion than you've done for this show.
What are you talking about? That's not true at all. How am I going to promote my own show on my own show? That's not going to make much sense. But I'm going to talk about how our show is so great while you're already the people who are already listening to it. That wouldn't make any sense.
Yes,
Just
you should
cut in pre-recorded ads for our show.
Exactly. You know
it's
what else
our
is
show.
Great? The CAGcast. Here's a clip from 2 weeks ago. Bling.
That's something like Elon would do, I feel.
It is. That might be.
Too much of a big brain move. Wait a minute. If we just start buying ads on X for X, that's going to solve all our problems. Volume. We'll make up money in the volume.
Well, that's what movie studios do.
What do they do?
Okay, so you have a company like Viacom is a very good example of this. So Viacom, you know, they have MTV and all their other networks, and they also have films because it's Paramount. Paramount is, was part of Viacom. I don't even know if it is anymore.
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Paramount was, that was all.
Still?
Yeah, exactly. But one of the things they also have are billboards. If you look at, if you're ever driving on the highway, sometimes you see a billboard and underneath it, it'll actually say Viacom in like a blue oval underneath. That's the same Viacom. So what they do is a movie will come out and the Viacom billboard company buys ads at a highly inflated price for the film. And then if the film doesn't make its budget back because of the advertising dollars that they spent, they don't have to pay the actors residuals.
Nice.
So they are buying ads for their own things and spending real money. Yeah, it's creative accounting, I believe it's what it's called.
Yes, I've heard of that term.
Yes. And that's
Shady.
why Tom Wilson, who played Biff in Back to the Future, talks about it. I've seen him talk about it in a couple of interviews because it was like 20 years before he ever saw a residual from Back to the Future because they did all of that clever
Shenanigans,
accounting.
yeah.
To make sure that he never got paid.
It's fucked.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do some shopping news. It's Black Friday, and the big shopping news is there's an all-new cheap-ass gamer. So you should come check out the site if you haven't looked at it in a while.
I did. I logged in and everything.
It works for the most part. It's we're still fixing up some stuff. I got a lot of emails from people who can't log in, and every single one of them is user error. Like they forgot their account is so old that they just don't even remember what their email address was, like from 15 years ago, and so they're like, I can't log in. You can tell they're very upset. Like they think they lost their 20-year-old account, and it's like, no, you just don't remember your email address, and you haven't had that email address for like 4 email addresses. So basically, I'm back and forthing with with everybody, and taking care of them. But big shout out to Super Programmer John for getting it up, and come check it out. cheapassgamer.com. It works great on mobile now. We're using Zenforo and a lot of custom shit that John made, and people complain that the site went down during Black Friday, and I'm like, fucking Black Friday is like 4 weeks now. Let's just, we're down for a couple of days. I think, we'll all survive probably.
There we go. Now I'm back in. I had to do the double 2-factor authentication. Keep my stuff safe.
Oh, I turned that on by accident for people, but I turned it off now, I think.
Oh, well, I did it anyway.
Okay. Yeah, you can do it. Go.
So did I.
You should do it.
Yep.
Yeah. But I didn't want to make you do it. That was an accident. Someone in the chat asked if Speedy 1961 is coming back to CAG 4.0. That would be great to get in contact with Speedy 1961 now and just like talk about that whole situation from his perspective. I'd love to hear. God, that would be great. But I don't know who he is. I just like I said, that's how you know. Otherwise, I would definitely be interviewing him. Did you guys buy anything for Black Friday?
I already talked about the sweatpants.
Yes, that was exciting.
And I got a Dutch oven.
With the sweatpants? You just pulled them down a
No,
little?
not with the sweatpants, but I got a Dutch oven.
Hey, honey, check out my new sweatpants. Just get real close, and you gotta really put your face on this fabric
Right
to feel the
Yep.
fleece. Yeah, feel this fleece.
And I'm trying to think what else I got. Oh, I got a jacket.
Nice.
What kind of jacket?
It looks like a flannel, but it's thick and it has pockets.
Oh, a jacket with pockets.
Big time. Big
And
shot.
when I put it on in the store, my wife said, "You look really good in that. You should get it." And when that happens, you know what you do? You get it.
Must be the Orange Theory.
It might be. She goes, "Ooh, you look really good in that. You should get it." And it was 75% off. And I'm like, "Yep, that's my price point."
That's why she said it.
No, she was like, no, because we tried on a whole bunch of jackets during the day for me.
Nice.
So that was the
Nice.
first one she actually really liked. And it was like in the last store we were into. It was kind of funny. So yeah, success all around.
Yay. I went to Orange Theory on Black Friday, actually.
I know.
And there were so many fucking people in the class that I thought there was a mistake and like they booked too many people because I haven't seen that many people since before COVID. But there were like 45 people in the class.
That's a lot. My class wouldn't even be able to hold that many.
They can, because don't you have 15 stations times 3?
Yes.
Because they fill every station up all at once. So they do a 3. It's called a 3G class.
I was gonna say that would have to be a 3G though.
It was the 3G.
I mean, I do mostly 2Gs.
Yeah, they don't never do 3Gs because there's not enough people.
Not enough people.
But that's what it used to be like. That's what it used to be back before COVID.
That's crazy. I don't know if I'd like that.
That's how much less money they're making. That's the owners of Orange Theory, because it just used to be like that frequently. And now I literally thought they just overbooked the class and there was going to be a big problem. And a guy complimented me on my rowing afterwards. And he asked me what my 200-meter time was.
And what is your 200-meter time?
It's like 22 seconds.
That's crazy. You know what my 200-meter time is?
Not 22 seconds?
It is not 22 seconds.
What is it?
It's like 50-ish. A little over, we'll say.
It's only because you just don't know the proper form, and it's hard, and it's not possible to
also,
just.
I'm significantly shorter than you.
I'm not saying that you're going to get 22 seconds. I'm saying you would get a much better time.
Do you know what my 200 meter was the first time I ever did Orange Theory? Because I remember it. Because
must have been over a minute.
Now, mind you, I'm down to about, let's say 52 seconds is what I could probably pull that off.
Okay.
The first time I ever did Orange Theory, it took me 4 minutes.
No, that's impossible.
I'm not making that up. 4 minutes.
You would just not understanding the concept of the rower.
Oh,
basically.
no. Yeah. I went on Tuesday this week because that's when my class is renewed. I'm like, I'm not going to go on Monday. I'm too
4 minutes?
Yeah.
I think my 2,000 meter is
the
like 6 minutes.
The takeaway here is that the first time I went, it took me 4 minutes, and now I can do it in under a minute.
It's awesome.
That's the takeaway. That's what you're supposed to take away from that.
That is awesome. I was
that I've been going and improving.
Dude, today, I went to this morning, and a guy came up to me. It might have been the same guy from last week who complimented me about the rowing. I'm not sure. But he just, I was putting my shit in the locker, and he goes, "Hi, my name's Aaron." I think that, yeah. He goes, "My name's Aaron. You look like you've been, you're an expert here or something." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, no, I've been coming for a long time, but, And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I just started." And then I said, "Actually, my friend just started. I got my friend to join, and, he's done over 30 classes." Because he asked me how many classes I did. I said, over 400. And he's like, "Oh, I've just started 2 months ago." I'm like, "Oh yeah, my friend just started 2 months ago. He's done over 30 classes. And I'm really proud of him because he's going 2 times a week, like clockwork. And, it's really hard to start." And yeah, so we were talking, your ears might've been burning at 10:30 this morning, I would say.
I'm probably going to go tomorrow. I went, because like I said, I went on Tuesday, different coach. Good coach. I like him. He's Saeed, good guy. And he actually said to me, because I was in his class, he goes, "You've improved so much. It's really remarkable. I'm very impressed with you."
Yay.
But also when I walked in, because I didn't go on Monday, the girl behind the desk, she's like, "Kayla was worried about you. I'm so glad that's the coach on Mondays." And I wasn't there on Monday. Yeah. Kayla was worried about you.
Because you didn't show.
Because I didn't show. So it's a good thing you're here today. I'm like, "We'll let her know." I'm like, "Thanks." So they all know me there now. It's kind of fun to, I walk in, they say hi.
It's like Norm from Cheers.
I am very much the norm of my, the fat guy.
Stu, they say.
That's what they say when I walk in.
Pid. Sorry. Let's.
Wow.
Some people wrote in and asked about this year's Black Friday deals. Are they getting worse? Are they the same? I haven't really. I don't know. Ship probably has a thought about that.
I mean, there's still decent deals out there. The problem is it just stretches out for so long now, and with everything being online, right? You can get similar deals on most of this stuff throughout the year, just on all oh, it's Amazon Prime Day. Oh, it's, I don't know, Thursday. There's just constant sales on everything throughout the year. That Black Friday is still good because it's that everything possible will be on sale that day, right?
Almost,
You're I'm gonna get a decent deal on something that day. You don't have to really pay much attention to it.
Right.
It's just, oh, okay, yeah, this is the day I'm gonna go buy I don't know, a toaster or whatever you need to replace.
DJ software is what I bought.
Right, DJ
70% off.
You needed some new DJ software.
A Dutch oven by the Lodge Company.
We bought a couch.
That's good.
Right? It's I don't know, I'm tired of this couch. Guess what? It's Black Friday. Let's buy a couch.
Fuck, we should have done that.
We actually bought that on, I don't know, one of the Cyber Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
It gets a little gray there whether we're still Black Friday or Cyber Monday.
Things started on the 17th, I believe, this year, if I remember from the various emails I get leading up to it.
Most of the game deals on the consoles themselves are deals that have been there 7 times already.
Yeah, they're not bad.
They're not bad, but it's not they're not getting lower. It's not a lower price than I saw on some of these games 2 months ago. I don't know.
Some of it's all the same stuff.
Yeah.
Too. We're to the point where oh yeah, I bought that 5 Black Fridays ago. Do I need another hard drive this year? Nope. I still have the one from 5 Black Fridays again. Like, is a new TV? Nope, that TV's still working. What is it that we're replacing this year?
Yeah. I replaced the Xbox Elite controller, which I've probably dropped too many times, and the RB button is a little sketch. So $109 from Verizon seemed to be a pretty good price. So that's pretty much all I got in the DJ software. DJ Studio, it's called.
I bought presents for people. I didn't do that. But it was all online. I did go to Target on one of the days.
I went to Target on Black Friday. I went to Target in the afternoon though. So by then it was normal Target. It wasn't it didn't even, yeah. And some of it too is like, since all the physical media is going away, like there's not like, oh, I'm gonna go look at the big bin of movies that are like $5 each. It's not there, yeah.
It's not there.
It's kind of a bummer.
There's not like the big racks of games. There's like,
I didn't realize Target was getting rid of all the video games.
It's not
they're all gone, but it's
just not a priority. Yeah.
Okay. The movies are like, they have like, I don't know, like maybe a total of 20 movies.
Yeah. I only have a budget Target, so you only have like 10 movies normally.
Yeah, that's not that different than what my Target is now, like my full-size Target.
Right.
They have more like vinyl records than they do movies by far.
We have none.
They might have more CDs than they have movies at this point.
CDs nuts. Thank you.
No, thank you.
I always try to get Ty on one of those, and he just he's like a ninja, just counters everyone. Any new releases that we need to talk about? I'm sort of scanning them here. Nothing sounds familiar.
Train traffic manager? Is that something you're...
Sounds awesome.